Welcome back to The Explainer. It's awesome to have you here. So, in our very first go at this, you did something huge. You actually installed Python and wrote your very first lines of code. Seriously, huge congrats on taking that step. But today, we're leveling up. Our goal is to uncover the secret language that lets Python talk directly to those AI tools you're probably using every single day. We're going to look at the absolute foundational building blocks of code. Literally, the real brain of artificial intelligence.
Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever wondered how ChatGPT actually remembers your name during a conversation? Or, how it keeps track of context when you fire off a bunch of follow-up questions? When you're chatting with it, it kind of feels like magic, right? But honestly, it's not magic at all. It's just code. Specifically, it relies on one fundamental programming concept that is the absolute secret behind your favorite AI chatbot's memory. Today, we're unlocking exactly how that works, and I promise it's so much easier to grasp than you might think.
Section 1. Introduction to Python Variables.
If you take away just one thing from today's explainer, let it be this. A variable is simply a box. Just imagine a plain cardboard box sitting right there on your desk. You can put things into that box to keep them safe, right? And you'd probably write a clear label on the outside so you know exactly what's in there. Well, in Python, a variable works the exact same way. It's just a digital box that stores information. Why do we even need this? Because it means you don't have to write the same piece of information over and over again in your code. You just put it in the box once, label it, and whenever you need it later, you just grab the box. It makes coding infinitely cleaner and, quite frankly, way faster.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that this is the absolute simplest version of the concept, written in actual Python code. Check out the text. Name equals ByteLearnEth, inside quotation marks. Here, the word name is the label on our cardboard box. That equal sign? That's just our way of telling Python, hey, take whatever comes next and put it inside the box. And the text ByteLearnEth? That's the info we're safely storing inside. Just like that, boom, we've created a variable. Python has officially memorized this specific piece of text for us.
So, we've put the information into the box, but how do we actually get it back out? Well, we use the print command, which you might actually remember from our first explainer. When we write print, open parenthesis, name, close parenthesis, we aren't writing the actual word ByteLearnEth. We're literally just handing Python the box labeled name. Python opens it up, sees what's inside, and shows it to us. The output just becomes ByteLearnEth. The print command effortlessly pulls the info directly out of that variable box.
Section 2. 3 essential variable types. Let's move to and see how this builds.
So there are 3 essential types of data that we put into these boxes, and you're going to use these constantly. First up, we've got numbers. Check out the example. Age equals 25. Notice how there are no quotation marks around the number here. It's just the pure numerical value. Second, we have text, exactly like we saw a second ago. Like city equals Adama in quotes. Text absolutely always needs those quotation marks so Python knows it's reading words. And third, we have these things called true-false variables. Look at is_learning equals true. It acts exactly like a simple light switch. It's either on or off. Now, I want you to really hear this. These 3 exact types of variables, numbers, text, and true-false, are used in literally every single AI program ever written. Period. They are the fundamental alphabet of artificial intelligence.
Section 3. Variables behind AI tools.
So the crucial point is this. When you type a prompt into ChatGPT, how do you think it processes your words? It receives your message and immediately stores it as a variable.
Yep, it's just a really big text variable, exactly like the ones we just created.
And when another AI, let's say Google's Gemini, generates this massive multi-paragraph response to your question, it saves that entire complex response as a variable before ever showing it to you. Every single AI tool runs entirely on variables. So by learning this today, you aren't just memorizing some basic coding syntax, you are actually learning how AI thinks, how it stores memories, and how it processes the world.
Section 4. Simple AI code example.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we've been talking about. Let's look at the flow of data here. First, we simulate you, the user. We create a variable called user_input, and we assign it the text, what is AI? That's you asking the chatbot a question. Then we simulate the AI's brain. We create a brand new variable called response, and we fill it with the AI's generated answer. AI is intelligence shown by machines. We now have 2 completely separate digital boxes. One holds your question, and one holds the machine's answer. This right here is exactly how chatbots manage data at their core.
Finally, to make that conversation happen visually on your screen, the program just has to print what's inside those boxes. For the user's side, the code says print, you asked, user input. It's just combining a static piece of text with whatever is currently sitting inside the user_input variable box. And for the AI side, it does the exact same thing. Print, AI answered, response. When this code actually runs, it perfectly mimics that dynamic back-and-forth conversation interface you're so used to seeing. It's just seamlessly pulling data back out of the variables to create a dialogue.
Section 5. Your Python Coding Challenge.
I want you to treat this like a fun little game you can play directly in the comments. Here is your challenge. Step 1. Create 3 different variables. Make 1 variable for your name, 1 for your city, and 1 for your dream job. And 8, remember to use those quotation marks since these are all going to be text variables. Step 2, write the print commands to pull the data out of all 3 of your new boxes. And step 3, copy your code and your output and share the whole shebang in the comments below. I enthusiastically look forward to seeing what you all come up with. Honestly, actively writing the code yourself is absolutely the best way to lock this knowledge into your brain for sure.
All right, let's wrap up our time together for today. Remember, variables are the absolute foundation of every single AI program in existence. Today, you learned exactly how AI stores and processes its information. But where do we go from here? Are you ready to connect your newly built Python boxes to a real AI API? Well, in our next explainer, we're going to do exactly that. We'll connect Python directly to a real, live artificial intelligence. It gets incredibly exciting from here on out, so make sure you subscribe and keep an eye out for that. Keep practicing your variables, keep experimenting with those digital boxes, and think about this. If a simple box can hold a single memory, what could a million boxes connected together achieve? I'll see you in the next explainer.